Much like everybody else, I want to be filthy rich. And unlike everyone else, I'm going to try and do something about it. You see, like every other 16-year-old, I don't really know what I want to do with my life. But whatever it is, it's going to be big. And so I'm going to need money. Lots of it. And so the way I see it, right now I've got two options. One, I could get a job and work minimum wage. Or two, I could start a business and make either nothing or, hypothetically, millions. And I have underdeveloped risk awareness, so I guess I'll try and start a business. Is there some charitable reason for you wanting to start a business? No. I just want to stop being broke, dude. I think the important thing here is to not go mental. I don't need to be starting the next Google or the next ChatGPT. I just need something that can get me on my feet and make enough to sustain myself. I think I should start relatively small and then go from there. Day one, I think I'm just going to focus on planning what my business is going to be, maybe draft out a couple of the offers. Examples of high value skills. AI integration, data analysis, cybersecurity, software and web development, digital marketing, and strategic project management. Oh. Okay, well, I guess I have digital marketing because I think of myself as a pretty good editor. Right? Yeah, I actually think that that's probably the best route to go down, is to do something. I could be an editor and content strategist. Right? I could edit people's videos for them for social media and then tell them how to make their videos better, because I've spent pretty much the last year of my life trying to do just that, so I know a lot about it. I think this might be the thing that I try and do. Right. Now to just draft out the plan. Hold, please. I think that I severely underestimated the amount of detail and effort that goes into even just coming up with a business plan. I thought that this was going to be a breeze and I would have my entire business mapped out and planned by the end of the day. No. To be fair, there is one minor complication. You see, I'm technically still a full-time student, which means by the time that I leave my house at 11:30, walk to the train station, catch the train, walk to school, spend 4 hours in school, walk back to the train station, catch the train home, walk to the gym, go to the gym, it's like 7 o'clock by the time I get home. But despite all of that, I do actually have the makings of a plan. You see, this morning I typed into ChatGPT, can you give me all the questions I would need to answer in order to come up with a solid business plan, pretty please. It spat out a 3-page essay and I made my way through answering all of the questions, and I now actually have a fair idea of what my business might look like and even the makings of an offer. But I am exhausted, and so I'm going to go to bed and explain everything tomorrow, which, I mean, for you is really just one cutaway. So here's the plan. A lot of small businesses don't understand that marketing on social media isn't about posting ads every day. It's about making entertaining videos that people will watch, because people don't want to watch ads on social media. They don't want to be sold to. They want to be entertained. And so what I figure I can do is I can help them transition from posting ads to entertainment. So even though they might not ever say in a video, hey, come and buy my stuff, they will have more people that are aware of their business. There won't necessarily be a direct ROI, but you can't sell to customers that don't know you exist. And to help them make that transition, I'll take over the more time-consuming and technically difficult part, editing, and at the same time give them constant advice and direction as to what they should film and what makes a good video. What are my qualifications? Next question. I'm not exactly sure how much I should charge yet, but it will probably be some form of a tiered subscription model, where the more videos a week they want, the more I'll charge them. And I'll take payment at the end of the month after the job is done. No upfront payment nonsense. I do actually have a couple of rules that I want to follow on my journey. The first rule is don't get rich in an underhanded way. I don't want to exploit or manipulate anybody to achieve my success. Basically, I'll just try and be as ethical as possible, so there won't be any
"Hey kids, buy my course and I'll teach you the secrets of the rich! In 90 days, you could be making $10,000 a month!"
I don't really have anything else constructive that I did today. Cut to day 3. Okay, so I have 2 goals for today. Number 1, figure out how much I'm going to charge and what services I'm going to offer for that. And number 2, come up with a name. What happened to day 3? Okay, so I was busy and I ran out of time yesterday and I didn't record anything, but don't worry, you honestly didn't miss much. Anyway, I am yet to come up with a name, but you'll be pleased to hear that I have figured out my pricing. The laptop's coming out, this is how you know it's getting serious. I have come up with 3 pricing tiers. There is Package A. This is 3 videos a week and I'll be charging £600 a month. I'll get to why I charge what I charge in a second. Package B is 5 videos per week and I'll be charging £1,000 a month. And Package C is 10 videos per week and I'll be charging £2,000 a month. In all of the packages, I'll also offer a once a week, half-an-hour consulting call. Look at me using all of these fancy business terminologies. Packages and consulting calls. The call is where I'll give the business direction, help them plan out their next week of videos, and also let them bounce ideas off me. If you break it down, it works out to exactly £50 per video, which I determined was a fair rate because it'll take me roughly 1 to 3 hours to edit a short form video. And the current UK minimum wage, at least for me, is £7.50, and I was like, well, editing is surely a more valuable skill than stacking shelves. And so I'm assuming my hourly rate as roughly being £25 an hour. I also quickly want to touch on the iteration process for what I determined I was going to do and for what money, because I think that'll help some people. Initially, I actually had a lower option of 2 videos per week for £400 a month, but I realised that for really serious growth, you're probably going to need at least 3 videos per week. And the second reason is because I realised that some businesses are going to have more free capital, and so those businesses will probably want to spend a larger chunk on marketing, and if I'm not offering a higher tier, I'm missing out on all of the potential businesses that would want to pay for more to get more, and that's why I added the 10 videos per week for £2,000 a month, which actually is a pretty insane workload, and I may have to increase that eventually. If I ever get to a point where I have more demand for my services than I have time to physically meet the demand. That was a very backward way of saying it, whatever. I'll probably increase it to like from £50 a video to like £65 a video, which is about like 30%. That would probably be my logical next step. But yeah. I think that I came up with a pretty fair pricing system. Still to come up with a name, but yeah, I think I nailed that one. Onward to day 5. Good evening. I'm wearing my hat because I cannot be bothered to do my hair. Shall we get a hat hair reveal? Ooh, that's bad. I'm putting this back on. I briefly interrupt this program to give you rule 2, which is have fun while I'm getting there. I take zero issue with working as hard as I need to for as long as I need to achieve what I want. But I might as well have fun while I'm getting there. I don't want to look back on a string of miserable successes. Me starting a business is only one small part of what I want this channel to eventually become. I have a lot of fun stuff planned. Alright, back to your regular scheduled programming. So I did about half a day's work today because I met up with a friend this afternoon and it was all mostly admin stuff. For example, I had to reorganize my computer because everything was everywhere and even I was beginning to not be able to find things. I also had to edit the video that you're watching right now because I had 4 days of footage and I did not want to leave everything until the last minute. And I did all the graphics and title cards that you've probably already seen in this video. And I thought that rather than scattering everything over the next 3 days, I just set aside this morning to do it. So yeah, a very admin heavy day, but it do be like that sometimes. I'll see you in day 6. So today I was working for most of the day at my little part-time job. It's great because I have a little bit of money to afford things like a gym membership and you know, SD cards for cameras and all the other expenses that come with filming. It's a really expensive hobby. Do not get into cameras. I am literally just back, and I didn't get up nearly early enough this morning to do anything, but I have a free day tomorrow, so I should be able to get plenty done then. I'll see you in day 7. Today is a race against the clock. I need everything that I want to do done by 5, or else I'm not going to be able to get this video out on time. Initially, today I planned to work on the pipeline of the business, how I was going to get the footage, edit it, and then send it back to the customer. And then I realized that that would be so boring to watch. And so to end this week on a high, I thought that I'd do something fun instead. I realized that I've put a lot of faith in my ability to make interesting short form content, and so what I should do now is actually put that to the test. I want to try and make an interesting short about one of the most boring and mundane things that everyone does. I'm going to make a sandwich. Step 1 is make an interesting script. I'm going to give myself 20 minutes to plan out what I want to say and what shots I want. Step 2, film everything. The only equipment that I'm using to film this is my phone and my tripod. I want to make this as realistic as possible as to what most people would have access to. I don't think there's quite enough room in the kitchen for filming, so I'm going to film everything in the dining room. And we don't have bread. Step 3, edit. I'm going to edit this properly as if this was an actual piece of short form content that I wanted to perform well. Alright, I'll let you take a little peek at my timeline. This is what it looks like after the first basic cut, and this is what it looks like after the final edit. Do you want to see it? Today we're making a ham sandwich. I know what you're thinking. Well, Jude, that doesn't sound very exciting. First things first, we need bread. As the basis of our sandwich, we aren't being fancy here. No $15 sourdough. Plain white. The more generic, the better. Step 2, ham. I'm using the 15 slice family pack, but feel free to use whatever you have on hand. And since this stuff is wafer thin, we're going to double up so we can actually taste the ham in the ham sandwich. And since I'd like more than one flavour, I'm also adding tomato. Oh, but shit, that's not pure ham sandwich. Shut up, it's my lunch. We're also, of course, adding some pepper to season. If you want a little more of a kick, you can add some Cajun, because I don't like paprika. And since I don't want you making fun of me for small triangles, I'm cutting big, manly triangles. Anyway, I would post the recipe, but I think you can probably work this one out for yourself. Maybe a little bit too much spice. But other than that, banging. Alright, I'm going to finish my lunch now. Goodbye. Well, you can let me know how I did in the comments below. If I get enough people under the pinned comment telling me to release the sandwich, I will post it as a standalone video to see how it actually performs in the wild. Next week, I'm going to figure out how to actually get the footage from people, edit it, and then send it back to them, name my business, work on my sales pitch, and if I'm very lucky, maybe even get my first client. If you enjoyed this video and you think other people might as well, you might as well take 2 seconds to give it a thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next week.